24 hours ago from right now, former Chief Justice Jean Toal decided that convicted double murderer Alex Murdaugh will not be getting a new trial. But as News 19 reported last night, Murdaugh's defense team says it plans to appeal.
You might be wondering what comes next. News 19's Sam Perez is on your side tonight to explain what we can expect.
The goal of the evidentiary hearing was to find out if Murdaugh deserves a new trial after the defense's claim that the Colleton County Clerk of Court, Becky Hill, tampered with the jury. After a full day of testimony on Monday, Toal decided that Hill was not credible and may have made inappropriate comments to the jury ahead of Murdaugh taking the stand in his own defense. But Toal said the defense did not prove that her comments affected the jury's verdict.
It's going to go through the appellate courts, and we feel strongly that we'll win.
Defense attorneys Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin addressing media after former Chief Justice Jean Toal's decision.
No matter who wins today, it's just one step in the process. We would not have a trial next week or next month. It would all be wrapped up and gone up to the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court.
We're hearing that many News 19 viewers asked exactly what that means. So we reached out to former law professor and attorney Jay Bender.
Journalists always ask the question, how long will it take? And the answer is always as long as it takes the court to decide the question.
Bender has been the media liaison during Murdaugh's murder trial and evidentiary hearing.
The Court of Appeals has several avenues with respect to its decision. It could affirm the trial court. It could reverse the trial court and remand it for a new trial. And then either side that loses in the Court of Appeals could ask the Supreme Court of South Carolina for a review.
As for Becky Hill, her co-author Neil Gordon was in court and reacted to Toal's decision.
For months and months, got to know somebody you thought and felt very close to them and your families, and you hate to see a train wreck happening.
While they haven't talked recently after it was discovered Hill plagiarized part of their book.
I don't know what comes of this and whether there's some sort of fine or sanctions. I really have no idea, but I know that she has a tough road ahead of her, and I pray for her.
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is currently investigating Hill for ethical violations in her position, but that's a separate issue from Monday's hearing.
To make a comment, as Toal described it, foolish, I don't think that's a crime, and I don't think Becky Hill could be prosecuted for that.
News 19 will continue to provide coverage as the appeals process gets underway. Reporting in studio, Sam Perez, News 19 WLTX.
Sam, thank you so much. Also, some new information to report for you related to this. Just a few hours ago, News 19 got a hold of a redacted affidavit, which Toal did not allow to be used yesterday in court. Juror Z was the single deliberating juror who said Hill's comments impacted her verdict. But after more questioning by Toal, Juror Z said it was actually pressure from the other jurors that influenced her verdict. Shortly after, Juror Z's attorney sent an email to the court with an affidavit, We got a copy of it, which in part says that the juror says she felt influenced by Ms. Hill's remarks and she felt pressure by fellow jurors to agree with their guilty verdict.
Well, while the last few days have been focused on Murdaugh's murder charges, he's still, of course, serving time for his numerous financial crimes. Now, in November, Murdaugh was sentenced to 27 years after pleading guilty to multiple state financial crimes. Murdaugh also pleaded guilty to federal financial crimes. A judge ordered he would serve time on those crimes concurrently with his state charges.